There's a reason why Santa travels by sleigh. There's no way he would deliver even half his gifts on time, stuck on the 405 freeway. The winter holiday season is an important time in North America. People come together, just not in the most efficient way. I've always found hyper-festive holiday neighborhood quite silly. Imagine this, you buy a house. You're thinking it's gonna be a chill, quiet neighborhood near a good school at Albertsons, and then boom, Christmas happens, and every single house on the street is decked out, and you discover you live in a historic Christmas overlay preservation zone. Your neighborhood becomes a drive-thru zoo with families, neighbors, and people coming to get a dose of holiday cheer, and all you have is a wreath on your front door. It's actually quite a nice service, decorating their homes, getting into the spirit, and paying their power bills. I selfishly love looking at holiday lights, but on my most recent trip abroad to Ventura County, I couldn't help but have urban thoughts and critiques when I checked out this suburban anti-Grinch camping zone, this festive Christmas light neighborhood. Parked cars literally blocked people's views. Cars were everywhere. Traffic. If you chose to drive, you can't really fully relax. You have to lend a watchful eye that kids don't run into your path of travel. If you do manage to get outside of the car, viewing space is cramped. This neighborhood is designed for at most 1 or 2 people walking an hour. Small, insufficient sidewalks for the current demand. The sound of SUVs, engines, heaters, radios, and exhausts just dampened the environment. As I walked through this supposed winter wonderland, I couldn't help but think this was a winter wasted opportunity. A chance to do something differently. The neighborhood street, 35 feet wide, while people are relegated to a 5 feet sliver on each side. The parked cars contributed absolutely nothing outside of obstructing views of the North Pole. The center of the street, a slow, almost funeral-like procession of 4,000-pound cages, insulating their occupants, posing potential danger to everyone else outside of these metal fortresses. Nearly 80% of this public space was dedicated to inanimate, dormant vehicles. Objects that can't truly appreciate Santa's spectacle. This was obviously a little too poetic, but I couldn't help but think. Obviously, suburban neighborhoods and streets were not designed for these high-activity, peak pedestrian flows. But if the people are here, why can't we just adapt and close the street to cars for the night? Make it a more pleasant environment. More people could walk, really take in the lights and decorations, and not have to worry about their child being hit by a Tesla. Set up tables, chairs, games even. If these homeowners, this lovely community, if their goal, their why was to spread Christmas cheer and create a safe, positive holiday atmosphere, why are cars allowed? And a larger question, why is it in our American instinct, our red, white, and blue DNA, why must we park as close as absolutely humanly possible and never think twice about how streets and public spaces ought to be used? This current setup, where a gross amount of land is dedicated to cars and not people, this idea is called the arrogance of space, coined by urban designer and store manager of your local Chili's, Michael Colville-Anderson. His docuseries, The Life-Sized City, inspired me to think more about how urban spaces could be utilized. Streets and public spaces should, in theory, exist for people. They should be flexible spaces that adapt to whatever we want them to. Biking, eating, walking, sports, literally anything. I'd argue today, American cities' land area are given way too much over to the car. Even worse, all the parking that's built now doesn't even account for remote work. This most recent Black Friday, I went to a shopping center and I was surprised how few parking spaces were utilized. If the design of that shopping center was to plan for the most crowded day, what is the point of dedicating all this space to cars if the cars aren't even there? College was my urban walking awakening. Granted, I know I'm lucky, I live in sunny California, but still, I felt healthier, I was more active, and I could eat more. That's awesome, I love eating, that's so cool. But it's not that easy. Driving, it's inherently sticky. It gets ingrained in our behaviors. Even if you live near a destination, the comfort, the convenience, and the sheer ease of driving for a nearby task is highly enticing, seductive, addictive. It's so easy to be sucked into autopilot. It's so ingrained into our society. We're getting him started young. Well, I cannot believe he's literally driving a car. But there are health benefits to getting a little bit more outside of the car. According to this PDF I found, the #1 cause of death in the US is heart disease. From my honest look of things, it sounds like Americans have a physical activity challenge. This sounds like an opportunity for maybe a new mode of transport, a new way of getting around, like walking, biking. This 2-second investigation suggests walking might be good for you. But the convenience of autopilot and health benefits aside, the way our streets and urban environment are designed are validly unsafe. I don't blame people for not walking. In most US cities, drinking and driving is quite common. Wide roads encourage higher speeds and street racing, making it dangerous to be anyone else outside a metal shield. In road design, cars have room for error. They can swerve a little bit in and outside of their lane. They have a couple feet or so. If you're a soft, squishy bicyclist or just a person outside of a car, there is no room for error. Also, cars and trucks have gotten bigger and heavier and deadlier in the last few decades, but I'm not gonna go into that. That's a whole nother video.
Oh, dude, the truck!
But it doesn't have to be that way. When behavior changes, so should the use of our streets. Adaptability. So how can we fix this and make America walk more? Great question. Well, we can start with people pay taxes, not cars. People, not cars, get on Santa's naughty list. So therefore, public spaces like roads and streets should serve local public interest. Yay! I'm thinking farmers markets, marathons and 5Ks, Hollywood premieres, open street activities like LA's own Ciclavia, neighborhood cookouts, barbecues, and yes, even demilitarized Christmas zones, candy cane lanes. On foot, you can enjoy the festive environment and Christmas lights more, and be in community with others in a safe environment. By prioritizing people over cars and reclaiming our streets for the holidays, we can fundamentally address the arrogance of space dilemma our cities face every day, and inspire more vibrant, livable, and enjoyable places for more people. And just perhaps, we start them young in a new way, pedaling on a bicycle. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful season. On my wish list, I hope you share this video around, subscribe, like, comment. I'm very appreciative of you watching the video to the end. If you like transportation, cities, thinking critically about the places we inhabit, please share this channel around. Focusing about Los Angeles, the city I'm from, I am very grateful. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was interesting. Great.